Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Steelers sign former college star RB after rookie minicamp tryout, report. Rookie minicamp is an opportunity for NFL teams to see their first-year players on the field together for the first time. But it's also a chance for teams, such as the Pittsburgh Steelers, to try out veteran cast-offs. Veteran running back Trey Sermon made the most of his opportunity at Steelers rookie minicamp this weekend. Fox Sports NFL insider Jordan Schultz reported Sunday the Steelers signed Sermon to a one-year contract following his tryout. Sermon played the past 2 seasons for the Indianapolis Colts. During 2024, he ran for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns on a career-high 56 carries. The 26-year-old has also played for the San Francisco 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles in his NFL career. In college, Sermon averaged 6.5 yards per carry while playing 3 years for Oklahoma and another season for Ohio State. During the 2020 campaign, Sermon averaged 7.5 yards per rush while running for 870 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Buckeyes. Although he was never a 1,000-yard rusher in college, Sermon entered the NFL with considerable expectations. The 49ers drafted Sermon at number 88 overall in the 3rd round of the 2021 NFL Draft. A lot of pundits projected Sermon to be the next running back to experience success in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Under Shanahan, the 49ers have developed a lot of lesser-known backs. That is also something Shanahan's father, Mike, did with regularity while coaching the Denver Broncos and Washington Redskins in the 1990s and 2000s. Sermon, though, was part of a San Francisco backfield in 2021 that also featured Raheem Mostert and fellow rookie Elijah Mitchell. Sermon received an opportunity to start in weeks 3 and 4, but in the weeks that followed, he barely saw the field. He then suffered an ankle injury during Week 12 and landed on injured reserve. The 49ers released Sermon on NFL roster cut-down day the following summer. Sermon joined the Eagles but only played in 2 games during 2022. The running back dressed for 31 games with the Colts the past 2 seasons, but most of his opportunities came as the result of injuries to other Indianapolis running backs. Sermon was efficient in a small sample with the Colts in 2023, running for 4.6 yards per carry. Ironically, Sermon's best performance that season came against the Steelers when he ran for 88 yards during a Week 15 matchup. Last season, Sermon averaged a career-low 2.8 yards per rush similar to his tenure with the Colts. Sermon could receive an opportunity with the Steelers this season. However, he is entering a Pittsburgh running back room with a few other veterans. The Steelers lost Najee Harris in NFL free agency but re-signed restricted free agent Jaylen Warren. The team also added Kenneth Gainwell in March and still has veteran Cordarrelle Patterson on the roster. Then in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Steelers selected Iowa's Caleb Johnson at number 83 overall in the 3rd round. Veteran running backs Aaron Shamklin, Jonathan Ward and Evan Hull are also on Pittsburgh's offseason roster. Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith has a relationship with Patterson that dates back to 2021 with the Atlanta Falcons. So, Sermon could have an uphill battle to earn a roster spot ahead of the fellow veteran. But Patterson was a bit of a disappointment during his first season with the Steelers. Trey Sermon could have the opportunity to earn a depth running back spot on Pittsburgh's roster if he performs well this summer. James Palmer explains why Steelers wanted 2026 pick for George Pickens. It was speculated for quite some time that the Pittsburgh Steelers were looking to move George Pickens ahead of him being sent to the Dallas Cowboys. The chatter started to get louder around the 2025 NFL when it was reported that Pickens was being shopped for a day 2 pick. Eventually, they did get a day 2 pick, but in 2026, not 2025. James Palmer of Underdog Fantasy recently explained on his podcast with Steve Smith Sr. why the team valued a 2026 pick over one from 2025. The compensation that they end up getting, this third-round pick in 2026 and this fifth-round pick in 2027 and the comp picks they are going to have in 2027, said Palmer. They are aggressively, to my understanding, going after a quarterback in the 2026 draft at the top of the draft, which is a better class than this past one. Ever since the Steelers let players like Dan Moore Jr., Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields walk in free agency this offseason, analysts have been connecting the dots on what the Steelers' plans may be in the future. Specifically, compiling as many compensatory picks as possible to make a move up in the 2026 NFL Draft and select their future quarterback. Omar Khan himself admitted that the compensatory pick strategy is one the team is using during his press conference on Friday. It was important for us to acknowledge the fact that we could be in a position to acquire comp picks next year, Khan said Friday during a press conference via 93.7 The Fan. You guys saw how we did things in the offseason. The George Pickens trade and its focus on the 2026 draft only adds more ammo to the war chest, which is currently slated to include 4 compensatory picks. Seemingly teething with draft capital, it seems likely that Palmer's explanation behind the team dealing Pickens for a 2026 pick has merit. People were talking about a George Pickens trade during the draft, said Palmer. They didn't want 2025 capital, they wanted 2026 capital because that is where the talent is at quarterback. Like every year, despite what analysts say, we really don't know what the 2026 quarterback class will look like. Certainly, it seems to have more interesting names like LaNorris Sellers, Garrett Nussmeier, Drew Aller, and potentially Arch Manning, but none are the perfect prospect. On top of that, the Steelers don't seem like the only team loading up for the 2026 QB draft class. Both the Rams and the Browns made draft day trades, hinting that they could be in the business for a trade-up. In short, the focus on the 2026 class is a measured gamble and one that the Steelers need to make sure they hit on if they are going to turn the franchise around. Latest Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh Steelers leak shut down by local country club. The Pittsburgh Steelers have waited nearly 2 months for Aaron Rodgers to sign with them, and it still hasn't happened. However, a Friday leak by Andrew Filipponi of 93.7 The Fan may have been the sign that Rodgers was coming to Pittsburgh. According to Filipponi, the rumor was Rodgers had joined the Nevillewood Country Club, a course designed by golfing great Jack Nicklaus. Yet, the club's president Wayne Chirazzi, in a statement to Rich Walsh of KDKA, denied that report, stating they would love to have Rodgers but it has not happened. This rumor is not true. I just spoke with the club at Nevillewood president Wayne Chirazzi, who said Aaron Rodgers did not join. The club would love to have him if he does sign with the Steelers. It is true that Nevillewood is a beautiful Pittsburgh suburban golf course, Walsh said. The former Packers and Jets quarterback said weeks ago on the Pat McAfee show that he was working through some personal issues and could not commit to the Steelers or any other team until they were resolved. He added that throughout the process, he has informed the teams of everything. I am trying to be open to everything and not specifically attached to a decision. I'm not holding anyone hostage, Rodgers said. I've been upfront from the beginning. I don't mean any disrespect to anyone on a team. I'm just going through a lot in my personal life that has to take priority. I don't think it was fair to the Steelers or anyone while I deal with a lot of things off the field. The people that know. The people that don't, make up, expletive, about me. The Steelers have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, but general manager Omar Khan said they would have 4 on their training camp roster, with the last one likely being a veteran. Rodgers is the top candidate for that, and Pittsburgh remains confident he will sign. And you fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Write to us in the comments.